Life? Wow. Welcome all. All right, so last night we started the Perek, B'nois Kusim, brand new Perek. And the Mishnah tells us that Kusim, if you haven't been here, Kusi is a nation that they came there to stroll, and they became Gerim. The question is, did they become Gerim out of fear or out of love for Hashem? Either way, they didn't use the Torah Shabbal Peh. Only Torah Shabbal accept. So, B'nois Kusim, the Mishnah tells us, the daughters become a Niddah the day they're born. We treat them as Niddahs. Why? Because there's a minority of girls that see dam even at that age. Now we're holding at that age, only that age, even day one and forever for sure, but even on day one. Says the Gemara, the last line on Daf Lamed Aleph on Beis, this is the famous Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir in Shas is always Choishesh Lamiyut. In other words, he's concerned with the minority. For instance, the famous case, the Sanya. The halacha is, if a person dies without children, his wife falls li'ibum. Now, what if she falls li'ibum to a brother-in-law who's under bar mitzvah, or if she herself, the wife, is a ktana? Meir says, you don't do either chalitza or yibum. Why? It says you have to be a man, so you can't do chalitza. MMA law, she can't do chalitza to her if she's a ktana, and he can't do chalitza if he's a katan. But why can't he do yibum? We have to be concerned for the minority of children that are sarisim. How many people are sarisim? It's a very, very small percentage. The Torah only allows yibum in a situation where you could be making shem lachiv, where there could be a continuation of generations, but if there's no continuation anyways, stam to get married, it's aser. Then you are eishes ach. V'rabonon, zil basaru b'diktanim, you have to look at the majority, v'roi ktanim, lav sarisim dinu, zil basaru b'diktanis, v'roi ktanis, lav ailanis dinu. Okay, so you see that Rabbi Meir holds, let's be choishish for the miut, shkoyach, baruch atah adinu l'chilom, shakoni b'dvavai. And therefore, in our case in the Mishnah, we need to concern ourselves with the fact that it's possible that a girl that's a day old might see dam. Eimars asked the Gemara, the Shabbos of the Remei miuto the shchiach. Okay, there are people, even unfortunately in our neighborhood, there are people that are sarisim. We see it. It happens. But a girl that young, dam, who ever heard of such a thing? Why do you have to be concerned for such a miut shebemiut? Onami, says the Gemara, miuto d'shchiachu. No, you're wrong. You should know there are cases. Ma'isa shebchol yom. Sanyom Reb Yosi ma'isa bein bul yitbilu akodem nima. A woman who gives birth to a girl, she's tummy for 14 days. On day 14, night 14, she goes to the mikvah. Ma'isa shahaya, they had to put the baby in the mikvah before the mother. Before the mother was 14 days after her birth. In other words, this girl was only a week, whatever.
Does that work?
Well, she was a Niddah.
So what?
Yeah.
So what?
Well, I don't know when it happened. Before the mother. Before 14 days.
What? Her husband was in town?
I don't know, she said.
Right, but all, so what are you saying?
So if the man says that she blew up on the email, it means that she saw it down before the 7th day. That way she went to make the before day 14.
Right.
Maybe she's it.
Before she was 7 days old. Yeah.
And
But I don't know how old she was. Maybe she was a day.
this 7-day-old girl, her husband was in town.
Yeah, very bad.
Why did she have to go to the mikvah?
Because she'll touch the iris. She'll touch food. True.
And maybe he was. Without having a baby.
As it held, oh, you mean that was the mikvah? Yaakov is saying that maybe she was born already in the mikvah because the mother gave birth in the water. Okay, Vamar Rebbe, Ma'asav Bebei Sha'arim, another story, another place, in another generation, with Bilu Akodim Li'imah.
In some cities that would be like.
V'amar Rav Yosef, Ma'asav B'Pumpadisa, with Bilu Akodim Li'imah. There's a story in Pumpadisa, which is in Bavel, not in Eretz Yisrael, and they put her in the mikvah.
Is Taharas important?
Oh, so that's the Gemara's question. That's why I mentioned it. I just stuck it in to make it easier. But anyways, Tosfos asked a very interesting question here. Who says that they put these kids in the mikvah because the babies saw dam? Maybe it's because the mother, who's a yoledes, touched them. So they became tamei b'maga, and therefore you have to put the baby in the mikvah. So Tosfos says, then why are you telling me three stories? Like Kilo, it never happened before. Every baby in the world is tamei b'maga, and they put the baby in the mikvah. So there's a ma'aseh in Ein Bull, they once put a baby in the mikvah. Every single baby in the world. Tosfos Rosh says, but wait a minute. Then how can you put a baby in the mikvah and give it back to the mother to nurse? She's going to make him tummy again a second later. Obviously, you don't put these babies in the mikvah at all. We're not concerned about maga. Azoi zog in the Rishonim. And then the Rashba comes along and says, anyways, that's only a Rishon L'tumah, and the baby cannot make other people tummy to be metama food. If the baby touched food, fine, but what baby is going to touch food? So we're not concerned with the baby that touched its mother, who's a Tmei Yuledes. So it has to be that she saw dam, and that's why these cases are so interesting, but it happens. As the Gemara, Abishlam, the Rabbi Yosef, the Rebbe, those two stories, the first two, Mishum Trumas Eretz Yisrael, those are Truman Eretz Yisrael. El, the Rabbi Yosef, Lamali. But why did they have to put the baby in the mikvah in Pumbedisa, which is in Bavel? Shmuel, Ein Trumas Chutz La'aretz Asura. Now they were makbid in Truma, with the Rabbanon, but it's only Asel B'misha Tuma Yotz Megufay. Even in Bavel, they said that somebody it's Tomei. Niddah shouldn't eat it. But they weren't makbid in Bavel if a Niddah touches food that should become Tomei. It didn't become Tomei in Chutz La'aretz. This is the Rabbanon. It's only the Rabbanon.
Isn't that close?
What? Oh.
Bavel to Eretz.
I said the word close. I never said close. You're reading over there in the Yasmin Kashas. But they did make all the places that are close to Israel, Midrabanan, Chayiv Truma, Egypt, and all these other places that are on the way. But Bavel, there was a lot of people that went from here to there, and there was a chashash that maybe people are not going to be makbid. The whole Gemara says Ki Allah, Ki Allah. When he went down, when he went up, they used to travel back and forth. Huh?
Ostjuden. They were Ostjuden. Eastern Jews from East.
Oh, okay.
The message of Torah was still in Eretz Yisrael at that time, so to get the psukim and everything had to travel.
They always traveled. Fine. Omer Mazuz Relenizucha Elalesucha Shemen Shel Truma. We're talking about you want to use the truma to bather, to how do you say in English? Not to anoint. There's a better word. Smear. Oh, I like that one. Smear with oil. So now that's like achila. That's eating. And even in Chutz La'aretz, you're not allowed to eat truma. Sanyo v'lo yichalus kodesh b'nei Yisrael asher yirim l'Hashem. L'rabois es hasoch v'es hashoiseh. The end of the pasuk over there it says you shouldn't eat. V'lo yichalus kodesh b'nei Yisrael. You shouldn't drink and you shouldn't smear the oil. Shoiseh lamali kra shtiya b'chlal achila. It says in the pasuk v'chalta l'fnei Hashem. You should eat, and then it says at the end, tiroshcha b'yitzarecha. Your wine, your oil. So v'chalta goes together with oil, with wine. In other words, drinking wine is considered an achila. So Mela, then I know that shti and achila are the same. So why does the pasuk have to tell me drinking again? Elul rabbis is a soch kashoisa. If somebody smears oil on him, it's as if he drank the oil of truma, and Mela, you cannot smear a baby with oil. I think they do that even today. They smear babies with oil and stuff. There's a lot of oil going around. Different smearings. Akopanim. V'bayis eima mahacha. Another pasuk. Batovoi kamayim, which is drinking. Bikirboy. V'chashemem v'atzmoisav. And that's smearing. Okay. Sakoponim in Chutz La'aretz is usher to shmir oil, truma oil. And that's why we bring a Maisa from Kumpadisa. That's why they had to put the baby in the mikvah, so there shouldn't be a problem with smearing the baby with oil. Yehochi Didanam. Yesterday, he's not here, but somebody asked me, the Rosenwell asked me, right away when we learned the Mishnah, so Choshesh for Kusim, how come we're not Choshesh for Jews? Why are they any different? Why are Jews different than the Kusim? If a Kusi baby that could have dam becomes a Niddah, Jewish babies also could see dam, they should become Niddahs. What's the difference? Says the Gemara Anan, Didarshinon, Isha v'Isha, v'chichazion, Mifarshinon luhu. It goes over Rabbi. By us, by Jews that we have Torah Shabbat Peh, we darshan, v'Isha devach. So we're not concerned about Jews. Jews are going to be makbid, and if there's a situation of nida, we'll put them in the mikvah. But a kusi doesn't have these drushes. He doesn't believe in Torah Shabbat Peh. And when they see the dam, they don't do anything about it. It goes Ma isha v'isha. What's this v'isha? This vav? This anya isha eini elo isha. Torah just said isha, so it means a woman. So today we're going to be discussing these psukim. Ve'isha, ve'isha, ve'isha. 3 psukim. One is talking about a zava, one is talking about a niddah, and one is talking about bia. And then we're also going to have, it's almost the same sugya, but when it comes to a child and a child, these are all about tinoikos and women and tinoik and men. Ish, ve'ish. So we're discussing this one right over here, the vav. The vav by nida. Ve'isha alma kimar bikro basir mechod mirabi. So it says ve'isha to include any type of woman, even a 1-day-old, is considered a nida. We know that, but the kusim don't, and they say, well, just because she's so down, it's nothing. She's too young to be a nida, and they wouldn't put her in the mikvah. That's why we have to be makbid. Ask the Gemara Veriminu. Isha. Now there's a pasuk, the green one. They all look the same. They are the same, but in here they're different. This is talking about a woman during Tashmish. It becomes tamei. Rashi points out that she does not become tamei from the zera, which is mitama, because that's tumash b'starim. So it just has to do with the act of tashmish. That's mitama. Elo isha, eini elo isha. Tinoikis b'shol yishanim v'yom echad lebiya minayim. How do you know if she was as young as 3 years old? Tashmish is mitama her. Okay, so we have another vav, another isha, another pasuk, different place that says vav. Akol panim. The Gemara's question is, over here it says mefurish that she has to be 3 years old. So where did you get this idea that even a 1-day-old has a problem with nida? Over here it says 3 years old is the minimum. Omar Rava. I don't know, I didn't see anybody ask it, but to me it seems like you have to be royal bia in order for bia to have an effect, and 3 is the minimum for that. Nobody talks about it. I guess it's a really dumb question. Omar Rava, hilchos haninu vasmechinu rabban nakroi. Zokt Rava, there is halacha Moshe Sinai. One of these ages is halacha Moshe Sinai. We're not exactly sure which one, but don't ask questions from one on the other. One is a pasuk that tells us an age, and the other one is halacha Moshe Sinai. So it's not a contradiction. By the way, this exact sugya we're going to have word for word when it comes to the boy on Amud Beis. So just pretty easy today. Hey Kro v'hei hilchasa. Which one is the pasuk and which one is halacha Moshe Sinai? Is it the 1-day-old nida or the 3-year-old tashmish? Ilemo bas yom echad hilchaso bashalish shonim v'yom echad kra. If you're going to tell me that the pasuk ve'isha is talking about that she has to be at least 3 years old for biyah, cross stomachs him. There's no mention of an age. It says ve'isha, any woman. So it's very difficult to fit into the pasuk an age. So to say that she has to be at least 3 years old to be tamei through biyah, that's halacha mishum Sinai. That's easier. The easiest way to say isha, any woman, any female, regardless of the age, even 1 day old, becomes tamei niddah. So then why do I need the pasuk over here, ve'isha by biyah? So the Gemara, the mu'utei ish me'oidem. This comes to exclude a man who sees red. Instead of seeing Kerry white, he sees red. Memela what? So Nachama, we're talking about the parsha of biyah. And the word ve'isha comes to exclude a man that sees red.
What is red?
Red, he sees dam from his aver, but he's not a woman, so there's no tuma. Only a woman that sees red, dam, becomes tameh. Now, if you look at Rashi, 4 lines down, the last wide line, smack in the middle of the line, it says Vikasha. What is this drasha doing in a parsha of biyah? What shaykhs? We're talking about an emission, and over there we're talking about biyah. What's the connection? As the Gemara is going to say later on, there is a pasuk by Niddah that comes to exclude it. A man that sees dam, that we're talking about zera that's red, and there's going to be another drasha later on, pure blood. And that we learn from Niddah because it's mamish like Niddah.
Maybe it's from her. The blood is from her.
No, it came out of him. Nothing to do. He wasn't even married. Who says he was married? We're talking about a man that had an emission of red zera. He's not talking. This is what the pasuk comes. Top words of the page. Lemu'ute ishma oidem is talking about red zera. Fine.
Red zera.
So there's 2 things that could come out: red zera and dam, 2 separate things. V'hadesanyo isha ein yeli isha basasara yomim leziva minayin.
Are we have to talk
It's
about
possible.
that's too detailed? That it's zera and red, or could it be passing water?
There's 2. So that would be included in red blood. What you're saying? So that's why I said there's 2 things, 2 psukim. One is blood that's red, that could be in urine or whatever, and one is zera that's red. 2 halachas, 2 separate.
You see zera with streaks of blood.
Yeah.
You see streaks of
One
blood.
because look, there's Kerry, and this is Kerry that's red. So I'm saying no, Kerry has to be white. If Kerry is red, he's not about Kerry. I think.
Because maybe it's a ziv. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, could be
No.
infection or tumor.
It's not a zav, nothing, because it's red. It's the wrong color.
We're trying to understand how it could be red.
What?
Understand how it could be red. Carry can be red.
I don't know. No, it's not that. We're talking about ziva here. Ziva is a disease. It's a sickness that something comes out. It's not zera. It looks like it's like whitish in color. It's a different color. It comes out not out of taiva really. It just comes out of the body, flows out. So it's a different. It's not what you think. It's not zera slash. Well, it's saying zera slash red. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Prostatitis.
Some people think that.
What is it called?
We could have prostatitis, infection of the prostate, inflammation of the prostate.
That
and-
introduces
and
blood
he-
to the
then
zera?
He has an emission, and the emission becomes blood tinged.
Got it.
It's from
Okay.
the urine.
Or you have some sort of bone within the vein.
But then, let me just see here.
Really? Who needs a picture of that?
Okay, fine. What is Anya Isha? Ainly Isha Basasor Yom Leziva Minayin. So the woman, now we're going to the top one, Ve'isha, which it says in the third pasuk by a Zava, and it also says Ve'isha. Ainly Elo Isha Basasor Yom Leziva Minayin. What if a girl, a baby, she's 10 days old? Now what's the significance of 10 days old? Before we're talking about a baby that's 1 day old. What's 10 days? Because if you remember, we have
You paid attention.
there's two. We have to remember. There's 7 days of Niddah, and then 11 days of Ziva. Ziva must occur in a period of Ziva. It can't just occur any time. Because if a woman sees Dam during her Niddah, then she's Niddah. She has to see it after the Niddah period is over, then starts a whole new 11 days. So we're talking about a baby who saw Dam in the first week. She's a Niddah, and then she turned into a Zava, and she saw Dam in these 11 days. So in order for her to become a Zava G'dayla, she has to see Dam 3 days in a row. So Mela, it's 10 days. 7 plus 3 equals 10. So Zog the Gemara. So how do you know that this applies to a girl, a baby who's 10 days old? V'isha. Lamali. Why do you need a pasuk? Ligmar minida. Let's learn out from the original pasuk that we already had. Niddah. Why is this any different? Why is Zava different? Because Rachmana v'niddah. Hava amino niddah mishum dechichazoy chad yoyma boile meisav shiva. Niddah is as long as she sees 1 day, then she's already tamei for 7 days. Aval Zava dechichazoy chad yoyma b'shemeres yoyim kineged yoyim sagilo emeloi. Ziva is a weaker tumah because all you have to do is wait. If you see one ziva, you only have to wait 1 day versus 7 days of niddah. So ziva is much lighter in terms of tumah than niddah. So Mamela, I would think that by a tinoikis, by this baby, it doesn't apply at all because it's light. That's why I need a special pasuk to tell me that ziva also applies to a baby. If the Torah only said this by Ziva, how do you get to Ziva? The only way to get to day 11, to get to these 1, 2, 3 days, is to pass by Niddah. You can't start Ziva in the beginning of a girl's life. If a baby sees Dam the day she's born, what is she, a Zava or a Niddah? She's a Niddah. So the only way to get here is to pass through Niddah. You have to go through Go. And then you become a Zava. So Memela, if the Torah told me Zava, included in Zava is already Niddah. How do you become Zava without Niddah? You have to have both. Zava includes 2 things, a Niddah and a Zava. So then why do you need a pasuk by Niddah? Enochenami. So why do I need the pasuk by Niddah? Lema'ute ishma'idem. To exclude a man that has a red emission. Yeah.
This Tinoikos, if there is no Issa of Niddah for Tinoikos, and she sees for 7 days, she's not going to be Issa Niddah, but she's not about for 7 days. If you have a pasuk that says she's a Zava,
Yeah.
even if she's not Issa Niddah, but she's sort of done for 7 days, maybe that will be enough to make her Zava.
How could it be?
The pasuk says she's a Zava. She's sort of done for 7 days.
No, but what is Zava? What is Zava? That's what I'm saying.
She's done
Zava.
for 7 days.
No. Zava is a period of time. It has to come within a certain calendar.
We're talking about if the Torah only said for a Ketana,
Yeah.
she's a Zava.
But we know that's
So
not
what you assume that how did she become a Zava if she's no Niddah? The Torah's wrong, she's a Zava.
right.
So what made her a Zava? She's still done for
But we
7
know
days.
in other places that how Ziva works. Ziva can only work after a period of Niddah.
We're talking about
If she
there
has
will
no
be a
vested
pasuk that said she could be a Zava.
And when the Torah says Niddah, what does it mean?
She has a
We're talking about
vested.
if the Torah
She has
says-
a-
The Torah says, the Torah doesn't say it. The Torah says like you're saying. And what's a Niddah? The Torah talks about Niddah. So what's the difference between a Niddah and a Zava? They're in the same time. So what's the difference?
It's from Niddah.
Zogdoilo.
Just Zava You'd say she could become a Zova. You'd say, she can't be a Zova. She's a Zova.
But why is it Tana different than a G'dayla? A Tana is worse than a G'dayla. A G'dayla.
No, she's better. She can't become a Niddah, but she can be a Zova. Zova fighter. She can be a Niddah. She can be a Zova.
But you cannot. We know that you cannot be a Zova without being a Niddah.
Because we don't have that pasuk in the Torah.
Look, we just went through a whole sugya called Taya. How a person could go to the mikveh 95 times. You're assuming that in order to be a Zava, you have to have 7 days of Niddah, and then 11 days of Ziva, and if you're confused and you don't know where you are in the calendar, you have to go through a whole process of getting back on track on the calendar. There's a calendar, 7 and 11, 7 and 11, that's how it goes. You can't just have Ziva in the middle of nowhere.
She saw down 7. She doesn't have a dinner with Niddah.
Okay, so she won't have it, fine, she won't have a dinner
She has
Niddah.
down Niddah, she just doesn't have a dinner.
You can't bring.
She won't be Tomei as a
Well,
Niddah.
we can't make the possibility she's probably not going
You
to.
can't bring a proof from your 80
Yeah.
day tefillahs, your 80 tefillahs, because there you talk about an adult woman
Yeah,
who has a veset. Here you're talking about a 1 day old baby.
right.
She has no period. She doesn't know when.
I know, but I'm saying the whole-
She's
We have to go fight in the Masechta to know, because Zava, look, at the end of the day, I hear the question, but think about it. If a woman sees Ziva during Niddah, what happens? There's no such thing.
No such thing.
Why not? But period, not period, because there's no such thing. There's Niddah, it's one concept, and a new concept called Ziva, and they cannot coincide.
Which is an
It's the
additional
same
thing.
blood.
Yeah, it is the same blood. It's not from a single. It's the same blood that occurs after 7 days of Niddah. It's just they go together. You have to understand that they go together. They go 7 days, and then if you see blood after that, it's called Ziva and has different halachas. It's 1 day against it. 1 day Zavak-Tana, Zavak-Doila. But they're connected. In order to get to Ziva, you must have 7 days of Niddah.
And that even applies to baby.
What?
That even applies to
Yeah.
baby.
Because what is Ziva? So you're not a Zava, then you're a Niddah. What are you? It's the same dam. Under the microscope, it's the same. It's not like a Zav that has a Keri and he has a Ziva. It's the same blood. Just it turns, halachically, goes from Niddah to Ziva, and that can only happen after you have 7 days of Ziva, of Niddah.
Niddah.
7 days of halachik Niddah, 7 days of down Niddah.
What?
7 days of halachik Niddah or down Niddah?
Same thing.
Because she can have without it.
What's the difference? She's matama everything, and if she was married at 1 day old, like that guy, who's that guy we just had? The guy married off his
The sandal or something.
the sandal. He married off his sandal right away. He counted his sandal. He tried to sell. He got a donkey in return, and he sold off his daughter. Anyways, it's possible. Anyway, Zog the Gemara. Ask the Gemara the question that everybody's thinking: why do we need a pasuk to be mimayit a man's red emission? We just said the top words on Lamed Beis on the Beis. The first 3 words, Lemuta Yishmoitim. Another pasuk tells us that. Says the Gemara, it's 2 separate things, two emissions. One is zera that's red, and one is red blood. And a man doesn't have neither of them are mitameh. Zog the Gemara v'chein scharim, that a baby boy can also be tameh if he has an emission of ziva. The sanyo ish matam loim ish the rabbi is tino here. It's not as many as a woman, but we have 2 psukim here. Ish by Zov, and we have Vi'ish by a Balkari. Those are 2 psukim we're dealing with. If a baby, for some strange reason, has an emission, he's a Zov. Rabbi Yehuda. I have to make a chart really. What's the difference between a Zov and a Zava? There are many differences. I can't think of all of them, but a Zav becomes a Zav after 2 times. It becomes a real Zav that he has to wait Shiva Nakim, and after 7, and a 3rd time he would have to bring a carbon. But he still has to go to the mikvah and the Shiva Nakim like 3 times. A man also, as we're going to see, could become a Zav in 1 day. If he has 3 Zivas in 1 day, he becomes a Zav. 3 Zivas in 3 consecutive days, he becomes a Zav. A Zava could only become a Zava 3 Zivas in consecutive days. So Judah, could a Zav become a Zav in 1? Oh no, I'm kidding. Fine. I see your. I don't know.
Guilty as charged.
You must have had a good Meiser Friday night or something. Okay. Anybody wants to help Judah out Friday night? He does wonderful work in the park. He brings food, tables and chairs in the middle of the park for the boys only, and he has tens of kids that come throughout the night, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and he has people speaking to them. Crazy operation. I'm never going back again. All right.
Which park?
The one on top of as you come up by alone, the first part, you just continue up by alone into the lave. Up the stairs, right there. It's crazy what goes on there Friday night. Crazy. Shem Yirachim. But he keeps the boys and the girls out of the rest of the neighborhood. They're concentrated in one part.
The boys keep the girls out. The boys say the girls to leave. Honestly.
No, I'm saying out of our neighborhood, out of the Ayalon parks and all the other parks.
He accepts cash check.
Yeah, it does cost like 500-600 shekel a Friday night. He gives them potato chips and drinks, and they come. The sign Yeshish Madam Lam Yeshish L'Rav Stiring B'Yom Echad Jim Dam Ziva the Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Shmuel ben Oisher Rabbi Yochanan ben Broika Oimer Ein Tzarech Harei Oimer LaZachar L'Nakeva. You don't need this ishish. I have a different pasuk. It says LaZachar, any Zachar, because I guess I'm thinking now that Rabbi Yochanan ben Broika is saying if I had to ask you what does ish mean? Ish means a man. So to learn from the word ish that it also means a baby is a bigger stretch than saying zachar. Zachar just means a male. Any male could mean even a baby. So it says la zachar, v'lan akeva. La zachar kol shu zachar, ben shu gadol, ben shu katan. V'lan akeva kol shu nekeva, ben shu gdoil, ben shu ktan. Ben gdoil, ben ktan. Emkei madam loymar ish. Yibr Torah koloshim b'nei adam. Okay, don't darshan anything from the word ish. That's how the Torah. That's how people speak. So the Torah just used the typical language. Alma kimar bikro ben yom echad marbing. So, anyways, we see here that even a baby boy who has ziva is considered a zav. Viriminu, ish. Going back to this pasuk by Kerry, it says ish. Ein lielo ish ben teisha shana b'yom echad minayin. How do I know that a man, a boy that's 9 years old, is also tamei Kerry? Becomes about Kerry. Talmud loymar v'ish. Omarava, same sugya again. And I have the same question over here, because over here he's royal Libya, and Memela, that's why he has to be 9 years old. Less than 9 years old, maybe it's nothing. Must be a dumb question. Says Rava, one of these two is halacha Moshe Messinai. Either that a baby can become a zav at a day old, or the halacha that a 9-year-old boy can become a balkari. One of them is halacha Moshe Messinai. The fact that we have two psukim, one of them is just something for Rabbanon to lina. Which one is the halacha Moshe Messinai? The pasuk is talking about that a 9-year-old becomes about carry cross stomachs it, but the Torah doesn't mention an age. The Torah says vish. So to say it's a 9-year-old. So you have to say that this interesting age called 9, that's halacha Moshe Messinai. So that I need it. Because Baruch Hu tell Moshe Rabbeinu at Har Sinai, there's an interesting age, 9 years old, that creates a balkari from then on. But the simple pshat in the pasuk, ish, would mean any male at any age, even a 1-year-old, a 1-day-old becomes a zav. So why do I need a pasuk? So now we're going in the reverse. Before we're talking about to be a man who sees red, and here is a woman who has a whiting mission. And what's very interesting, and they point out that we already had in the beginning of the Masechta. Where do we have it? Not in the beginning, somewhere in the middle. There's 5 colors. White is not one of the colors of dam. So why would I think that a woman who sees white should become Tamei Niddah? So they say no, she's not Tamei Niddah. But maybe she should become Tamei like a Balkari, like some other halacha, like a Zav. Not Niddah. We're not talking about Niddah, because Niddah is very specific colors. It has to be from the red family. But this is a different, some other tumah. But once the Torah tells us that a baby that's a day old becomes a Niddah, so then why do I need the Torah to tell me that a baby that's a day old becomes a Zav? Or if the Torah tells me that a baby that's a day old, a boy, becomes a Zav, so then I would understand also that a baby that's 1 day old becomes a Niddah. What's the difference between a male and a female? So the Gemara Tzrichi, the Yikaz Rachmana B'Scharim, Mishum de Mitamu B'Riyos K'Biyamim. We mentioned before the big Chiddush by a Zachar, that a Zachar is more Chamor. Why? Because even if he sees 3 emissions in 1 day, or 2 emissions in 1 day, becomes a Zav, a full-fledged Zav, that has to wait 7 Nikiyim. It's very strong. Just because they see 3 times in 1 day, it doesn't do anything to them. Emaloi, they remain a Zav Aktana. So maybe I cannot learn out a woman from a man, because Rachmana ben Akevos, the Torah would only say by a girl that a day old is considered a Niddah, Mishum become mitamu boinus. If a girl jumps, a woman jumps, and that causes Niddah, she's tamei like any other Niddah. But a Zav who jumps, and that's why he has an emission, he's not a Zav. As chayim mitamu boinus, emaloi, tzricha. So Meila, I need a pasuk by a Zachar, I need a pasuk by a Niddah. Hakusi mitame mishkav tachton kelyon. We saw in the Mishnah that a kusi is mitama, what he lays on tachton kelyon. Now we explain the Mishnah like he explains it. It's a very interesting way to explain the Mishnah, because the pashtus of the lashon is, what's the pashtus? Mitama mishkav tachton kelyon. How would you read it? If you just had to read it by yourself without any mefarshim, you would probably read it that if a kusi lays down on a bunch of mattresses and a bunch of pillows, whatever he's laying down, a bunch of towels, the top and bottom one all have tumah. Tachton kelyon. They're all equally tamei. That's a typical tumas medris, mishkav. You lay on one, they're all tamei. But that's not the pshat. Pshat is very, very different. Says the Gemara, my mishkav tachton kelyon. If there's 10 mattresses, and if he sits on the top one, they all become tamei. Pshita. What does pshita mean? Pshita means it's a famous halacha. I don't need to say this halacha again in Niddah. Everybody knows this halacha of medras. You sit down on a top mattress. All the mattresses of the Niddah, of the Zav, they all become tamei. That's in a different place. Why do I need it here? Elo shietachtoinoi shel boyel Niddah kel yoinoi shel Zav. What are we talking about? We're talking about a male kusi. A male kusi is always with a chashash that he's with a female Niddah. Why? Because I explained last night. The kusim, the women, they decided to be makbid on the wrong color dam, even on yellow. Now, halachically, yellow doesn't cause Niddah. So she decided she's a Niddah on Sunday because she saw yellow. On Wednesday, all of a sudden she sees red dam. She says, okay, I'm already in Niddah anyways. I have 7 days of dam. Doesn't matter how much dam I see. And then on Sunday she goes to the mikvah. But really she cannot go to the mikvah on Sunday because she's only 3 days into her ziva, 4 days in. She has to go to the mikvah on Wednesday. So in Mela, they are always tamei. Since they're tamei and their husband is with them, the husband becomes a Niddah. He becomes tamei Niddah.
These are the kusim, right?
Only kusim.
It was something.
Safek Niddah. The Mishnah says that if they touch truma, you don't burn it. Now, what's going on here? Elo she'etachton shel boyel Niddah. So he's a boyel Niddah. Ke'el yoinoi shel Zav. So it's a very interesting lashon. Hakusim mitame mishkav tachton ke'el yoin, that this person, this kusi, when he touches something underneath him, it's as if he's wearing, as if a Zav is wearing clothing. When a Zav wears clothing, his upper clothing have a tumah, a very weak tumah, a tumah of a rishon, not a tumah of a medras, a tumah of a rishon. So too, this kusi has a weak tumah. We don't consider him a full-fledged Niddah. He has tumah that he makes what's underneath him like a rishon. Yeah? No. Let's say if a person is a real boil Niddah, a Yisrael, a Jew that's a boil Niddah, and he steps on, he sits down on a mattress. What does the mattress become? Becomes avatuma.
Avatuma or?
Yeah, no.
Avatuma.
But a zav who wears a jacket, that jacket is only a rishon. Memela, this kusi guy who's with his wife that maybe she's a niddah, when he sits on a mattress, it doesn't become avatuma, it becomes a rishon l'tuma, just like a zav whose jacket is a rishon l'tuma. You hear this? That all fits into this lashon. Hakusim metamim, the men kusim are metamim mishkav tachtoin, what they sleep on. Underneath them, ke'el yoin, like the upper clothing of a zav. Just like that's another way of saying rishon, just like the clothing of a zav that he wears are only a rishon, and a rishon only has a power to make food and drink tamei, but not people and not kalim. So too this kusi, who's considered a boil nida,
Why?
because they're only a suffix. They're only a suffix. If he was a full-fledged boil nida, then it would be different. Then it would be more tummy. It would be avatuma. His tuma is only a rishon tuma. Have a wonderful geschmack day.